All right, so today I'm back at y'all with another one. Today's video is about Gilbert Arenas and Rashad McCants. Obviously, Gil and Rashad got a little beef going on because Underdog had took Gil's channel, and basically Gil was saying that niggas switched up on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody switching up on it. So let's get right into it.
Man, grab that.
Rashad. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to Underdog. You know, I had to wear what I'm so proud to be wearing. You know, giving us the opportunity to be able to show and prove as the #1 sports show on the internet, YouTube, everywhere else. I just want to be able to.
He's sucking dick. Crazy.
Oh. Oh shit. I almost spit that water everywhere.
I guess the gloves was off, Nick. I guess the gloves were off.
Oh shit.
And I shook your hand before the show.
But I talked about my lungs. LeBron said, "Can you just?"
Damn. Okay.
It's Glaze Wednesday.
You said this.
Okay.
There's the
Well, thanks again.
Almost,
Thanks
yo.
again. Thanks again. You know, obviously he's picked sides, so we already know where he's gonna go. So, back to my point. The Lakers.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Y'all saying he picked sides, but it's his show. He's the one that came. It's his idea. It was his idea. Like it's his show. It's his idea. And y'all gonna act like he the one that picked the side. Like, come on, Rashad. This is what Kenyon Martin be talking about when you be trolling. Like you got the Underdog shirt and hat on. You like silly for real.
The best thing for them to do is to, for sure, move along.
Are you nervous, baby?
Yeah, baby. He said he's making his decision right now.
Well, I'm so proud to be wearing, you know, giving us the opportunity to be able to show and prove
It's
as
not looking good. It's not looking good.
a sports show on the internet.
They gave me the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Underdog didn't give you the opportunity. Gil gave you the opportunity. But you're gonna sit there and do all of this for that, you know, man, and say that they gave you the opportunity. So what's wrong with y'all? This is what y'all do for a little bit of money. Y'all do strange things for a little piece of change. That's y'all problem, man.
Ooh!
No, Nick, not. No, he's serious.
Oh shit.
He's making his decision. Don't laugh, King, and stop laughing.
Damn water everywhere.
I guess the gloves off, man.
Skip. Stop laughing, Brandon. Stop laughing. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Be serious.
Before the show.
But I talked about my lungs. LeBron said, "Can you just?"
Okay. It's Glaze Wednesday.
You said this.
Okay. Well, Thanks again. You know, obviously he's picked sides. So
Ooh.
we already know where he's going.
Oh my God, Fredo! So you're not on my side. You're not with us. You was one of my best soldiers.
Oh. Baby, what you gonna do?
You do got a seat open.
Yep.
Pat Bev, Evan Turner. Baby, can you get them? God.
Don't be mad.
What's good, everybody? I hope y'all are doing well. Had to tap in because the conversation surrounding the future of Gil's Arena, Gilbert Arenas, Rashad McCants, and who's staying with Underdog versus who might be joining Gilbert's next chapter has started making waves all over social media again. And after hearing what was said on the latest Gil's Arena show, man, there's a lot to unpack for people who may be confused by how this entire situation has unfolded. The setup is a little tricky because while the show is still called Gil's Arena, it's no longer running from Gilbert Arenas' personal channel. Instead, it's airing on the Arena platform, while Gilbert now operates separately through his own channel that also carries the Gil's Arena.
Yeah, so now Gil done made his own separate channel so he could disconnect from the Underdog thing, like, you know what I mean? And that's how it's going right now. He been posting, going live on his real channel. So, yeah.
But listen to this. Rashad McCants gave a major shout out to Underdog during the discussion, and many people are taking that as confirmation that he plans to remain with them moving forward. That lines up with what Gilbert hinted at when he mentioned bringing in new sponsors and later suggested that Rashad's decision didn't exactly go the way he hoped it would. Gilbert even posted that it was time to reload, mentioning names like Patrick Beverly and Evan Turner, while noting that free agency was right around the corner. He also wished Rashad luck publicly, which immediately got people talking about what was really happening behind the scenes. Then, when someone jumped into the comments claiming the entire thing was just a skit and there was no real issue between them, Gilbert responded by saying there was no beef at all. He explained that he genuinely...
See, if you're like familiar with the show and you've been really like following the show, Rashad McCants has a beef with all of them. He feels like they're all against him, but he always says some wild, off the wall type stuff that just has nothing to do with nothing, and it pisses everybody off. And obviously, you can see he always going at it with Kenya Martin. Kenya Martin always calling him a troll, like, you know what I mean? So it be getting a little wild, and I think that's where all this is coming from.
Believed Rashad was coming with him and reminded everyone that he had already informed Rashad back in January that he planned on leaving. You could even hear Nick Young joking in the background, clowning Rashad for how enthusiastically he was praising Underdog during the conversation. Now hold up, because the biggest mystery may not even be Rashad, it's the rest of the cast. Nobody really knows yet which co-hosts will stay where or whether some of them could end up following Gilbert into whatever comes next. Gilbert has already hinted that he has separate projects and business moves in the works, saying there are other deals and opportunities being developed for the future. Because of that, fans have been constantly speculating about who's leaving, who's staying, and how everything will eventually shake out. It also seems like Brandon Jennings could be remaining with Underdog, although nothing has been officially confirmed at this point. And man, adding even more fuel to the conversation, Patrick Beverly recently suggested that Rashad McCants had expressed frustrations about some of the people he was working with over there, which only raises even more questions about what's really happening behind the scenes.
You gotta tell him the truth, man. Cause I was just getting messages from Rashad McCants on how you don't like working with y'all, and all of a sudden, you off the show, Gil? Come on, man. Give me something, Gil. Give me something, man.
Now, Gilbert Arenas says he told Rashad all the way back in January, at least according to his side of the story. And man, this is one of those situations where nobody is really saying everything outright, which is their right because they don't owe the public every detail of their business dealing.
I just feel like Rashad McCants is doing this because at first Rashad McCants was like back into a corner because Gil was kind of running the show, right? And then when they finally found out that Underdog didn't want Gil on the show anymore because maybe that little case that he caught with the feds or whatever reason it may be, I feel like now Rashad feel like the ball is in his court because he's still right there on the couch. But so now he's playing this little role with Underdog and all that, and it's really like upsetting because Gil gave you a chance to make some money and get paid just to talk about a sport that you already have played and you know that you was good at one point, even though you was still a bust. But you know what I mean? He gave you an opportunity and you threw it back in his face by saying Underdog gave him the opportunity, which that wasn't the case.
They don't have to tell us every move they make, every contract they sign, or every dollar involved. But listen to this. The reason people are confused is that nothing has been laid out in a completely clear way. Skip Bayless is now part of the show, and Gilbert deserves a lot of credit for helping build the platform that made opportunities like that possible. The interesting part is that the show is still being called Gil's Arena, even though Gilbert Arenas himself is no longer directly involved with that version of the program. Meanwhile, Gilbert has his own YouTube channel that also carries the Gil's Arena name. He's even stated that he still owns 50% of the brand name. So when you step back and look at everything that has happened, it raises some legitimate questions. Are they eventually going to rebrand the Arena show, or are they going to continue using the Gil's Arena identity moving forward? Because hold up, they're still operating under that name even after Gilbert publicly announced his departure and started building his own separate platform. Then there's Rashad McCants, and if we're keeping it real, anybody who has watched the show over the years understands why this conversation is getting so much attention. I've followed plenty of the major moments myself, especially the back-and-forth exchanges involving Nick Young and Kenyon Martin, which always seemed to generate headlines and viral clips. Whether it was Kenyon arguing with someone or the crew debating a hot topic, those moments became a huge part of the show's appeal. So naturally, I still catch clips online and sometimes go back to watch the full discussions when something interesting happens. But the reality is that Gilbert Arenas was always viewed as the face of the brand. It's hard to separate the show from the person whose name is literally attached to it. That's why some people viewed Rashad's praise of Underdog as a subtle shot, even if that wasn't necessarily his intention. He may have his own disagreements or frustrations with Gilbert, and Gilbert doesn't appear to be publicly attacking him either. But man, when the show is named after one person and you're openly celebrating the company while that person has moved on, people are naturally going to read into it. It would be like starting a platform under my name, bringing someone into that opportunity, helping build it together, and then watching everything shift direction later on.
Sure, another company may be writing the checks and handling the business side of things, but at the same time, the original opportunity was still created through that relationship and that brand. So when those comments were made, a lot of listeners interpreted them as a little jab, whether intentional or not. At the end of the day, everybody has to make the decisions they feel are best for their own careers. One thing we do know is that Gilbert says he's looking to bring in Patrick Beverley and Evan Turner, and that could create some very entertaining content moving forward. Patrick Beverley, love him or hate him, always finds a way to keep people talking. Agree with him or disagree with him, he's gonna say something that gets attention.
Yeah, so Gil is basically, he already crossed them out. He's seen how they playing it. They think it's a joke. They think it's a game. You know what I mean? So Gil already done crossed them out. Like, it ain't even a, you know what I mean? Like, it's over for him. But it's your boy Kids, man. I'm out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all ain't been hitting that like button. Please hit that like button so my video could get the reach that it needs. Thank you for the support. Gone.